The thousands rallied in Bangladesh's capital on Friday to protest Israel's interception of a Gaza aid flotilla and the detention of hundreds of foreign activists following Friday prayers. Several thousand demonstrators marched through Dhaka carrying Palestinian flags and chanting anti-Israeli slogans. The protests came after Israeli forces boarded the flotilla at night, detaining more than 450 activists, as live footage showed passengers with their hands raised. Organizers from Jamaat-e-Islami demanded that the United Nations disclose the conditions and location of the detained aid workers, calling the operation a violation of international law. Tens of thousands marched across Italy on Friday in a nationwide strike supporting a Gaza aid flotilla intercepted by Israel earlier this week. The CGIL trade union organized protests in over 100 cities, with demonstrators waving Palestinian and Union flags and demanding Italy take a stand against Israeli policies. In Palermo, protesters called for the recognition of a Palestinian state, a move Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said would only happen if all Israeli hostages are freed and Hamas is excluded from any future government. The strike disrupted rail services nationwide, though metro lines in Rome and Milan remained open. Protesters in Brazil took to the streets on Thursday demanding the release of Brazilian activists detained after Israel intercepted a Gaza-bound aid flotilla. Crowds rallied outside the Itamaraty Palace in Brasilia, urging President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva's government to impose sanctions on Israel and secure the activists' safe return. In Rio de Janeiro, demonstrators marched with Palestinian flags and banners condemning what they called a violation of international law. The global Sumut flotilla carrying food and medicine to Gaza was seized on international waters, with organizers accusing Israel of international kidnapping. Pressure is mounting on Lula's government to respond more forcibly. And thousands protested outside the Israeli embassy in Athens, condemning Israel's interception of a Gaza aid flotilla. Demonstrators waved Palestinian flags and demanded the release of detained crews, calling on Greece's government to denounce Israel's actions. Protesters described the rallies as a defense of dignity and humanity amid outrage over Israeli forces boarding ships trying to breach the Gaza blockade. Similar demonstrations took place in cities across Europe and beyond, including Dublin, Paris, Berlin, Geneva, Buenos Aires, Mexico City, and Karachi. Protesters in Tunisia clashed with police near the U.S. embassy during a rally against Israel's interception of a Gaza aid flotilla. Crowds in Tunis chanted in support of Palestinians and the global Sumut activists trying to push through police lines as they marched towards the embassy. The protests came amid mounting global outrage over Israeli forces boarding ships attempting to breach the Gaza blockade.